That's but a bother. The Fat Controller's engines enjoy helping with passenger services. Sometimes there are too many passengers. That's why the Fat Controller gets new engines to help out. One day, the Fat Controller arrived with news of a new engine. I have recently been approached by the Midland Mainline company, and they have agreed for us to borrow 2 of their engines. So I would like you to make them feel welcome, he said, and left. The next day, the Fat Controller came with the new engines. The engines were eager to meet the new engines. But the new engines were having their own thoughts on the steam engines.
Fat, what has Fat Hat been doing with you lot? They're making you feel you've been working?
Said one. I say, all this line has is a tiny tank engine, a puny blueberry and an overgrown cucumber, said another. The engines were insulted. That attitude for engines on trial is childish, said Meyer. That's unacceptable, said Paxton. Thomas thought to himself, I knew these 2 would be trouble for us to handle. And he was right. He saw the 2 diesels boast about how revolutionary they were. Later, the next engines to meet the 2 diesels were the big engines. They were surprised to see the 2 diesels arrive. The big engines wanted to say hello, but the insults came instead.
Hey look,
said one.
It's the galloping sausage, the rusty red scrap iron and old square wheels.
Yeah, we'll be taking over soon on the express. Henry, James and Gordon were furious. Disgraceful, spluttered Gordon. Disgusting, put in James. Despicable, chipped in Henry.
Stupid engines,
said the diesels in unison, and they rolled away laughing rudely. Just then, Thomas arrived to see what was the matter, so he calmed the situation down. Meanwhile, during the journey, the diesels were speeding furiously across the line. Things got worse when people in the dining coach were trying to focus on their food and drink. Down the line, Edward was waiting with his line of trucks. But trouble was afoot. The track where the brakeman was set to let the other train pass. As Edward, but the brake van's rear end was in the way. Meanwhile, when the diesels were sprinting through, the diesel's driver tried to apply the brakes, but it occurred that the diesels were heading straight for disaster. The diesel in front wasn't badly hurt, albeit he was derailed in the crash. The passengers weren't hurt, but they were cross with the engine's driver. The reason that is because there was a dining coach in the middle of the train and food and drink spilled everywhere. The passengers were furious.
That engine of yours is a rotten railroader. Silly good for nothing.
Eat more slowly. My second best suit is ruined, thanks to you. The Diesel's driver was embarrassed. The Diesels knew they were in trouble now. Later, Percy arrived with a breakdown train, and he also bought the Fat Controller. He had stern words with the diesel engine's driver. At this rate, I will have to get the other engines to pitch in with the passengers, said the Fat Controller. Just then, Edward and Percy had an idea, and they shared it with the Fat Controller, who agreed. Meanwhile, the other engine was sentenced to pick up passengers from where the diesel has crashed. Passengers got home safely. That night, the Fat Controller arrived to speak to the engines. You will be pleased to know that I am pleased with all your efforts to make your services run like clockwork. But I must apologise for hiring a very rude diesel on its trial. So that's why I sent it packing. And I have made sure you will get the help you need. The next day, the Fat Controller bought two very old friends. Here are Frederick and Emma, said the Fat Controller. They will help out with our passenger services during our busiest season. The engines were pleased that Piv and Emma were polite and started talking like old friends. Thomas, Maya and Paxton knew that they, Pip and Emma, were going to be great friends.